Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Gail, you look way too serious. It's Monday. Lighten up.
Trying to get work done.
All right. John, hold on.
Good afternoon, Steve.
Good afternoon, Chris. How's everyone doing? Did you have a nice Father's
Steve,
Day?
I do have a quick question.
You have to answer, did you have a nice Father's Day first?
Oh, yeah. Did the fathers have a great Father's Day? Happy
There you
belated.
go. Huh. You got to know what's important here, right? The one day a year my son is nice to me. Of course I enjoyed it. One day
Yeah,
he
it was
doesn't
awesome.
ask me for anything. He actually has to give me a present instead of get one. But it's a very good day.
Well, that sounded like the day I had on Father's Day. I got surprised too. Thank you.
Just when we think, yeah, they don't really care. Yeah, they surprise us, right?
There you go.
So, start us off. What's your question of the day?
Okay, Steve, I'm using like a digital card, and I saw where I could put my website, I could put my website in the digital card. My question is, can I put the avatar, usually the avatar has a URL, can I put that in the digital business card so they could just see my avatar?
Uh, Probably not. I don't think you could embed. Um, you could embed the avatar, but I don't think you could embed the website attached to the avatar in a website. I don't think that'll play, but it might. If you want to, send me the link and I'll have our team test it for you. See if we could do it.
It's a digital business card.
Yeah, but it's a URL, right? So send it to me.
Oh, I don't know if the digital business card have a URL. Maybe someone else can answer that. I didn't think so.
What's the company behind the card?
It's Legal Shield behind the card, but it allows me to be able to put additional URLs in there.
Again, I'd have to experience it. I don't know what they have. Is it an app that they have? Is it
No,
it's an offering?
like the Linktree business cards, the electronic digital business cards you can
Right.
use on your phone.
Yeah, I'm saying, but I need to understand the technology platform. I can't just flippantly say yes, you could do it, or yes, you're not. Right? I mean, every software has their own unique things, right? So that's what I meant is, can you send me the digital card as a guest? Like, who do you send it to? Can you send me the digital card as if I was going, you were going to send it to me as a prospect?
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. And then I'd probably be able to evaluate it from that point of view, right?
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So send it to me as a text.
Okay.
But I'm not going to sign up. Don't get your expectations up, okay?
But it sounds like you need ID shield for protection.
With all the things in my life, I don't think it's enough. Sure, don't worry about that. But seriously, yeah, send it to me, and I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out. I know those guys and a lot of the people who provide software there pretty well.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. All right. Anyone else have any questions or thoughts today? By the way, somebody had suggested on Thursday that if you schedule a meeting, um, that version 2 wasn't an option. So I checked that today. That's working. So if you schedule a meeting before you start the meeting, let me just show this. And you thought he never listens. He just says a lot, but he never really listens, right?
I did want
So
to ask questions about the scheduling meeting because I've been playing with it, but I'm not sure I understand the flow from the receiver's side. And I think the time is maybe scheduling
the time,
incorrectly, like
the
different
time,
time zone.
yeah, the time is linked by default to your computer,
Okay,
but
that's good.
but you can override it. So
Yeah,
like
no, I
right
don't want
here,
to override it.
yeah, that's where you would override it. What?
Okay, Jeff.
Okay. So let's say, for instance, you're going to schedule a meeting. Um, so this is a test meeting. and you write your description, right? So this part, we're all good. And then you pick your day and your time. So let's say I'm gonna pick one on Saturday, and I'm gonna pick it at 4 o'clock. So, sorry, I had 4 o'clock there somewhere. Oh, there it is, okay. And then I wanna, for the invite only purposes, gonna suggest the length, even though I'm not limited to that. And I'm on see here, Quito. So that's, it picked it up on my computer. If I was in New York, it would say New York. But for some reason, let's just say I want it to be Alaska Daylight Time. I could literally do that. I will decide whether it's a recurring meeting or a one-time meeting. And if it is a recurring meeting, I have options about how often I want it to recur. So it's kind of nice to give you that.
Pause right there, please. Two things. One, I've set up meetings for 3 hours, and then at an hour and a half, it closes. It's like we're done.
Yeah. Again, I think each plan has a limitation of the meeting. Remember, this is not scheduling the length of your meeting. This is scheduling your invite. So I think if you're on a $49 plan, the meeting has an hour and a half length versus a $99 plan that has that. So, so it's working actually the way it's supposed to. That's good to know.
Perfect. And then the second is a personal link is not available for me. Is that a plan situation
No, not at
as
all.
well?
We'll have,
Yeah, it's not available. It's
yeah,
grayed
we'll
out.
check in your settings. We can probably go in and fix that within just a few minutes. Sometimes it had to do in your setup. Let me just close this for a second. We'll check here under my account
Yes.
and my profile.
Okay.
This is where your personal meeting should be, right? Personal link. So we can try to hit edit and override it and see if it sets, but sometimes we may have to reset it.
Okay.
Okay.
And, okay. Well, yeah. Actually, please continue, and then there's other questions.
Okay. So let's go back to where I was. Okay. Okay, put the day and the time. I'm going to leave it in my central time zone. I don't want it to be recurring. I've never done any other meeting besides my personal link, so that's just my own preference. I'm not going to have a waiting room. A waiting room means that when your guests come and it says this meeting hasn't started yet, they actually have to knock on the door, so to speak, to come in. If it's a small meeting and you want extra security, you know, that's a nice extra. If you want to set it up on to broadcast to Facebook Live or YouTube simultaneously, you click that. Okay. Now, here's where we start to differentiate between a traditional Zoom or Google Meet webinar, in the sense that we give you options that you're not locked into, in the sense, but it's just really more about how the meeting is going to begin. So, you know, every day at 4 o'clock, we start off with a standard meeting. I'm not sharing a website. I didn't make it interactive. As you know, during the demos, I do that. So obviously there's no limitation to that. If I want to have a co-host, right, creating a smart link, either just for myself, in the sense that when the meeting starts, which I don't really use it for that purposes, I just want the meeting to begin with my website up, I would do that. But most of the time I use this, I'm saying, to create my co-host for other people. And that's where I would go through this. And then I would pick my website that I would choose. Remember, I always pick one for myself because I'm going to invite my own guests. So it's my website. It's not the corporate website. This is mypitch.com/Steve. Okay. And then if I've ever added a person before, I don't have to do it again. If I want them to do it, I just literally can check their names. So that's how easy it is to add a co-host link that's set up. And the only thing that's nice about this, if someone's not set up, it's almost just as easy, because all I have to know is their first name, last name, and email to set them up. And if I put that in, I may want to put what company we're doing in case I work more than one opportunity. And now they're in the system. That easy. And I can even do that with a CSV file if I was going to put up a whole bunch of people, and see Harry's right there. I just set him up. So if I was going to now create the link, I want one for Harry, one for Jacqueline, one for my cousin, then I've got 3 invite links going out plus my own. And there's the 3 invite links that I created for them. And notice it says here, no affiliate URL completed, because as soon as I hit this send, they're going to get a form that they fill out. And as soon as they fill out that form, these links are activated. It's the same link. They don't get another email. They don't need another email. It's all done. And now I've created those links. And you don't have to send them out. We do. And then if you go back and you check, if you want to, before the meeting starts, you'll see here whether they filled out the form or not, which you can literally check on here, click those 3 dots, and then view the details of every single person you've done. You would see listed here, here's your co-hosts. Click on your co-host, and it'll tell you if it hasn't been completed. And if a co-host can't find their link, again, what's great is here, you could just send it to him. So you see this one says no affiliate completed. This one has been completed in the past, so that link is activated. Then when you are ready to start a meeting, which is the fix that we did, let's say I was going to start a meeting, all I do is I hit start here, and as soon as I hit start here, then I'll have that choice. Because I'm in the meeting now, I didn't want to, what happened? Yeah, I don't want to start the meeting. When you hit start, as soon as you hit start, it'll come up version 1 or version 2 now. You'll be able to see that. So you'll always have that choice. That's what you kind of.
So even though you set it up initially with not standard, but the interactive, you can change
remember,
it.
Well, I'm saying you wouldn't change it after you hit start. The only thing you're hitting is version 1 or version 2.
Oh, right,
Remember version.
right.
But this now, let's say, for instance, if I wanted to edit the entire meeting, I set this meeting up and I found out the day's wrong, the time's wrong. I want to add people to it, right? What's kind of nice is you hit edit meeting, and then it takes you through the whole process. So let's say I'm Smart Link meetings, good title, day and time is good. I could just hit continue until the point I want to change.
Can you go back to where there was this meeting has a co-host? This one, the meeting was created with a personal link and can't be changed to an auto-generated.
Yeah, remember that
Can you explain
point in the beginning when I said I
Yeah.
always use my personal link? Right. I'm saying, so if I wanted to have a new link created completely different than this one as opposed to the one that I always use, I can't change. That's one of the few things I can't edit. I'd have to just erase this meeting and create a new one.
Okay, so just delete the meeting. And then the people who you sent it to, even for yourself, right? When you get the notification, does it just, because what happened for me is I received an email and
You get one, you receive an email as a host and they receive an email as a guest.
okay. And then does it also automatically put a placeholder in their calendar and mine?
In the invite link, there's a button you can add it to your calendar. It doesn't automatically do it. You have to manually click a button to say add to calendar.
Okay, now if I build it and I don't add participants because I'm just creating it, so I did the standard meeting, I get that email, I add it to my calendar, and then I invite them through Google's.
Well, let me say 2 things. Remember, a standard meeting or interactive meeting could have guests, right? So that's regardless, right? You can do it either way, right? So from that point of view, right now, let's say you created a standard meeting that has no guests, and now you're using, as your suggestion, Calendly to do it, right?
No. So I didn't have, since I don't have any, I didn't know the email address. It's in my Gmail. So I got the email in Gmail and then I added to my Google Calendar. And then from Google, I went into where it was and I added them there and hit send, assuming that Google would send the placeholder notifications.
Well, let me just say this: your Outlook or email calendar, right?
I don't use Outlook.
I'm just saying whatever you use, right? If you're setting up, forget you're doing a webinar, right? You're sending up I want to talk to you at 2:00 this afternoon. Setting up an appointment, regardless of whether it's a phone call, webinar, that perspective, right? You currently use what to do that?
Well, I do have, right now for pitch specifically, I'm just using Gmail, Google.
Well, I'm saying you can use whatever you want to use, was my suggestion, right? There's a lot of different ways to create a particular meeting. So I'm saying for me, if I'm using a third-party tool versus using Pitch exclusively to schedule a meeting, right? I'm saying for me, I just use the instant meeting link. If I'm going to use, if I want my calendar, my Outlook, or whatever that may be to schedule it, that can schedule it, right? Using this link. Or you're right, I could create the link here for that meeting and still cut and paste that link into my Outlook or email or whatever that may be. There's a lot of options about how you want to schedule a meeting. Does that make sense?
It does. It was just that I didn't have the email addresses here, so that's why I sent
Right.
it there. And
So-
and I
So yeah, that's what I meant. So that's why I'm saying now you see why CRM is important, right? Because like in the future, you'd be able to upload all your contacts into here, so you won't have these two places to go, right? But if you do have your, as it stands today, all of your contacts in a CRM associated with whatever calendar you may use, right? That's where you can do it two ways. You can schedule a specific time. Like for instance, right now, if I look at these three dots and I want to view the details of the meeting, here's my invite link, right? meetmypitch.com/Steve. I copy and paste that. I could put that into my Gmail account and I could go out. It's that simple, right? From that point of view. Or, and we would send it out. So it's really options of convenience, right? In your choice, if that makes sense.
yes.
Because I know, like some people will always send me an Outlook, right? Calendar invite, no matter what the event is, right? They like that. That's their system, right? And whether it's a Zoom link or our link, it doesn't matter, right? I mean, they can set, cut and paste that link in it and do it. So that's the good news is now, again, hopefully, and very soon, we'll have it where it's both ways. Whatever contact you have any place else, completely free of charge, you'll be able to upload, 5,000 names, 10,000 names, whatever the number is, into our system and do it right from there, if that's what you choose. Any other questions on this? Oh, Charlie, did I lose you?
Nope. No, I'm good. I think Rachel had a question.
Okay. No, Charlie, I want you to know this is the first time I was able to answer every one of your questions, and we didn't have a technical problem that I had.
I know this is great. This is great.
I like this. I like human error problems.
Yeah. I'll create some more for you.
Okay.
I did about 5 today. A couple of them it said undefined. I went, what? And so I always copy it and I throw it in and I copy and go Control-C, Control-V into a Gmail. And so I had to, on the undefined, I had to do another one with them so they wouldn't, how can they click on undefined? So I had to put the series of numbers on so they could click on that. So why did it say undefined on a couple of them?
Okay, you're gonna have to back up. You like started in the middle of a traffic stop. I didn't get to the red light yet. So
Okay.
What do you mean by undefined?
Well, because I set up a meeting, you know what I mean? And I put in.
You scheduled a meeting?
I scheduled a meeting, I put in the time and what we're gonna talk about, and I went to, continue, and it said undefined. What do you mean undefined? That's what it said. Instead of having the numbers on 2 of the 5 I sent out, 2 of them I had undefined.
Oh, you're saying so on the links themselves, where is it all 0 numbers there?
Exactly.
Right. Or I had the same issue today.
Thank you.
Really, 0
That was
numbers?
just me.
Okay. Oh, can you, do you still have a copy of that invite link with the 0 numbers?
I just deleted it and started over. I don't even think there were numbers. I think below there were, but the / had nothing. And then the second line, maybe it had numbers, but it wasn't tied to the link they would be invited to. So I
Okay.
deleted and restarted over. Then it worked.
Yeah, that definitely is an us issue. And was that a standard meeting or co-host meeting?
Standard.
Standard
Yes.
meeting. Okay.
Yes.
How many people did you invite?
Just one.
Oh, just one, and it was all zeros. Okay,
No, they just said undefined. And so what I did was there was a series of numbers. So when I went to the email, I switched it and I typed in the numbers and I said, go to this link, and I got rid of that one because I already had the email all prepared with their name on it. You know what I mean? Copy and paste and everything like that. I said, undefined. Where'd that come from? That you're
Yeah.
right. That was an error.
yeah, next time, yeah, if you could take a screenshot of that, that would be great, but so
Okay.
you're under here, like where it says Smart Link Meeting, where it says meeting
Uh-huh.
ID, were
Right.
these numbers all zeros, or was this number was fine, right?
That number wasn't on the first line. The first line was the media link and it had everything as undefined, but then on the next line, it had the series of numbers. I said, that's strange. So when I copied and pasted and put it into an email, what I told them was to go to that link that had the series of numbers. So there were two different lines. So the undefined, I deleted the one that said undefined.
Okay, yeah, a little hard for me to show them.
Or next time it does that, I'll do a screenshot and send it to you and say,
Yeah.
what's this?
Do a 911 and send that to me with a 911 text. Okay,
Right.
be sure that.
So it did, no. I wasn't the only one. I thought it was me making, and two of them did that, and I didn't redo it. I just gave them the right link. And then also, where does it go to the calendar? You said it goes to your, is there's a calendar now on that? I don't know where that is. I mean, I
No,
know
I-
what,
No. I'm just saying that when someone gets an email invite,
okay,
from the invite, they can add it to their calendar, right? So there's always an
Yeah,
add
that's right.
calendar button.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Okay.
got it.
But those are, yeah, I definitely want to visibly, if I can, visually see that, so I can send it to them.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Vicky, by the way, any follow-up on our insurance project? Wasn't, right, Vicky, you're the one with the 300 agents that we talked about the meeting? Oh, Vicky, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. It's not insurance agents, it's real estate agents.
Real estate, apologize.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and we're working on it.
Oh, no, okay. I just didn't know if there's anything I could do to support the conversations with you. If you need anything from me, just let me know on that one.
Not yet.
Okay. Helen, you have a question?
Do. Oh, I didn't realize my mic was open. Sorry, I was in here chomping and eating. I haven't.
Right, you just made us all hungry. We're good. Don't
I
worry.
am so sorry. Yeah, I just want to say tomorrow, and I appreciate these trainings so much, and I appreciate that there is a group of us coming together, and you are all more faithful than I have been able to be lately. But I wanted to invite you tomorrow. So I don't know what time zones you're in, but I have scheduled with Steve to do a combination hosting. And I'm hoping that anybody that's interested in health and wellness, and Vicky, you don't understand how I think real estate agents are so pivotal to health and wellness of the buyers and the sellers. So I want to extend my my offer to you if you're available tomorrow in Central Time from 9 to 10 or Eastern Time 10 to 11 or whatever time it is in your time zone. You would be able to see what I call my Keystone project. So a Keystone project is a heavy, we all put it in place together and it makes everything work. So those of you who have heard my story, sorry, I apologize, but I am 10 years into retirement from my 40-year
Helen,
nursing
Helen.
career.
Helen, I apologize. I've got to stop you. This is not the time to go into each of our individual businesses or things that we're promoting.
Yeah.
This is a training, but I'd be happy to, if you send me the information that you want me to send to people, I'm happy to do that.
To
It's
invite
just
them
that-
tomorrow. So, because I need a
Yeah.
buddy system. I need people that have shared interest in quality of life for any of your stakeholders, your elders. I'm looking to connect with people. And when we do the buddy system to solve each other and co-host with each other, we learn. Everybody learns better.
Yeah.
That's what
No,
I'm
no.
after. Steve.
And I'm here to support that, Helen. I just want you to know that.
I
But-
appreciate
I'm just
that.
saying
But
this
that
all-
is happening tomorrow morning. So
Okay. And thank you for that. You're doing great work.
And it's just Steve's regular, onboard demo meeting.
Yeah.
We're just going to be demoing an actual system, how it functions to serve all of you, us as stakeholders, as investors in this early, I call it a high-end pilot project, because so many bugs have already been worked out. And I appreciate what you're doing.
I don't
Thank
mean
you.
to sound rude in any way, because that's not my intention. I apologize. But I do want to say today that tomorrow I'm going to be releasing a less than a minute car dealership one. And I was inspired today actually by a demo with somebody who sells technology to car dealerships. For those of you that are always kind of looking of who's low-hanging fruit or who's good markets, car dealerships are an interesting person if you have relationships, because they spend a lot of money on customer acquisition, customer marketing. They're creative, they're innovative. They always are looking for the next competitive advantage. And they have budgets. They actually sometimes can't figure out how to spend the money that they've been budgeted in order to do this, right? And the thing that's happened over the past year, a couple of years in cars, more cars are sold online now than they are in showrooms. And especially people get more people into a showroom from an online experience, right? And so the good news is we've all bought a car. So some car sales is going to be nice to you, right? No matter what, because it still wants to sell you a car, right? So it's probably not that hard to get an audience, or just to say if you heard about this technology that's going on in your industry, right? In that perspective. But this gentleman, his technology was that he can take someone's online car dealership with their cars and offerings and immediately make that into a social media post. So the car dealerships have an instant pipeline of promoting their products and services without having to do anything manually. Right? He saw a demo through one of our agents, Rick Amico, and he thought that we went way beyond his technology in terms of effectiveness, because there isn't a car salesman that doesn't have his own database of people that he has sold cars to and people he wants to sell cars to, and he has no way of creating a personal relationship. So when I literally off the top of my head, which again is not necessarily the final version, when I said, hi, I'm Larry with, Bob Ford here dealership. I just want to thank you for having been a customer. I hope this car for the past 3 years you've had, has been as enjoyable as I hope it would be for you. And if I'm guessing right, probably why your car still has the best trading value, looking to make a change. I pulled up 3 cars for you that are in the same category that you bought last time that I'd love you to take a look at. Either call me, book an appointment, come to the showroom, or if you're ready to go in a different direction, I've got a whole bunch of other things I'd like to show you. It was over. It was like, hey, we're already having a call tomorrow with this entire technology team, right, of how to create, as an example. And he had 5 other examples that I'm sure were far more effective than mine, right? But he saw that as, again, something where people are spending money. His job is to come up with ways for them to spend money to be effective with an ROI. And so whether that's, and I'll show you again I'll make a couple between now and tomorrow, but remember, I'm not making them for you to use, I'm making to inspire you to approach them. And I said to you, that same rule of thumb with real estate or insurance, we're not here to tell them how to do it, we're here to inspire them, but they can tell us how they're going to go use our technology. That's the best example, right?
That's great. Thank you for sharing. Does anybody else hear like a lot of background noise?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'll put it on mute.
Yes.
There's a lot of people not on mute today.
Getting
Yeah, doesn't that help? See, it was human error. I should have muted it a long time ago, right? So feel free to unmute yourselves in that respect. And also today we're testing this morning, and the first test was great. We made some tweaks in the international translations, especially going in the direction of having that transcription, being able to use that as closed captioning, as a permanent basis. So at the touch of a button, so to be able to use the transcriptions without necessarily the audio for those. And the first test was great. It was like one of those, it was 100% the first time, right? It was like, let's release it. No, let's control ourselves, right? In that sense. But I'm excited about that. to get that right tonight. So does anyone else have anything else that I could share today? Otherwise,
Do you have any examples of the Instagram post? How that kind of looks?
well, not from, I will get copies of his. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
saying, because that's what his software does, right? So what he loved is, I'm not suggesting that we change what he's doing in social media, right? I'm saying we're now another way for him that's more personal than social media, right? Because the social media, it's one to many, right? It's trying to get an audience of one he
Yeah.
doesn't have.
Looking to create posts for
Right.
my own, right? So for LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and I did learn something today that so if you want to use the Facebook streaming, right? When you go to create the invite, you want to use Facebook streaming, you have to have a Facebook business page. Is that correct? And not only that, but it needs to be 60 days old, and it needs to be so I got 2 months, 60 days. I don't know if it's or 100 followers. I'm not sure, but I can't do it today. 60
No,
days.
and that's why I always say to people that you may want to look at third-party tools like Restream or StreamYard that you can use in our system. So the same way that you would put in the Facebook code, I'll show you what I mean here. Do this.
I see. So if somebody else already has the streaming service, they can add that instead.
Correct. So, right. So in this case here, I think it's under my account, right? So we see here, it says streaming links in the lower right-hand corner. So even though this says Facebook and YouTube, you can actually use it for, Restream and StreamYard as well. So I would hit edit, and I would put Restream's stream URL and stream key here. And then all of a sudden, if you're paying, you get a couple of free accounts. I think it's 2 free ones with Restream or StreamYard. But then also they have plans where you can broadcast to 30, 40, 50, or 60 different ones simultaneously. And all you do is put in that one stream code here, and then you're good to go on that perspective. It's just something, if that's an interest for you, it's something worth looking at. Because most people, it's like broadcasting to live TV. Do you want to be on one channel, or do you want to be on 10 channels at the same time, right? I mean, it doesn't really affect the way that you broadcast, but you may be surprised of which ones have your audience that you weren't aware of, or which ones you're good at marketing to. Like, you may have a really big group on Facebook, right? But if for streaming, it's running into a brick wall. You have a small group on Instagram, but yet somehow that you're getting the reactions and the responses. That's where I think a Restream and StreamYard keep your life simple, because literally you still start it through us, you still run it through us, but you set it up through there, which channels you're going to go with at that time. And again, I know that's kind of the unique niche group of people, on this call who are necessarily doing that. But again, when you're speaking to somebody young, what I always found, is there's two conversations that don't get you a no. Are you currently broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram? Oh yeah. Are you good at getting an audience? Oh yeah. Are you good at converting? Oh no. Terrible, right? So they're always open to that conversation versus telling them, oh, you should do webinars instead of social media. No, that's a dead conversation at hello. It's like, you don't get us. But no, I do get that you want to sell stuff, and I do get that you're good at an audience, but I also get this is where your lack of professionalism hurts you, right? Your lack of professionalism is great at getting a more authentic audience than a webinar company, right, who spends all these resources on creating this special event. You can create a special event in 20 seconds, but you can't convert them. And so that's where I always say, whether we're 25 or 55, social media, old school, email, webinars, we have a conversation for those guys. Okay. All right. Any other thoughts or questions today for a Monday? It is Monday, right? Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm going to try to bang out a couple more, come up with a couple of other verticals that I think are as hot as car dealerships to do that. For those of you that haven't seen any of the 1-minute videos, go into the communication center in the back office. They're posted there. They're posted there for you to be able to grab the scripts and make your own. Again, if you don't want to, and you just want to say to somebody, they created a sample for me to see, this is how people are using it. Again, you don't have to There doesn't have to be a lot of road barriers or obstacles to create a conversation with someone, right? That's the beauty of it. All right. Well, listen, Claudia, good to see you again. My Connecticut girl. All right. Listen, have a great day, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Steve, I sent a business card.
Oh, yes. Oh, you sent it to me? Great. Let me
Yes.
take a look. Okay. I'll
Thank
get back
you.
to you today. All right.